Welcome to the channel and the far northwestern corner of the Lake District. It's not a very big walk today, neither in terms of distance or elevation. We're just going to do two outlying fells, these being Setmurthy Common and Watch Hill. Now I've actually done Setmurthy Common, which is also called Watch Hill, but I didn't know that the other bit of Watch Hill was just along from it, so I missed that one out first time I came up here. So as the forecast for big boys today was a bit grim, thought we'd have a little walk and tick off this outlying fell that I need. So as we head through the trees, we'll have a look at the route. I'm surprised how busy it is here. We struggled to get parked in the little parking area down Bike Road. There's plenty of dog walkers and mountain bikers around. I've not been up this side. First time we came here, we came over from other side at Plantation. I don't know what it's going to be like around there neither. Last video I watched of this area, from a couple of years ago I think, there was a lot of storm damage and some paths were inaccessible, so we'll see how we get on today. It should be alright. I think that was a couple of years ago, that video. Right, onwards. So looking back over our shoulders that way as we came around that bend was over to Grisedale Pike and northwestern Fells. That behind us there, it's looking over to Skiddaw, all clagged in. So yeah, we'll be all right up here. We're not going very. I think the high point, which is the I can never remember how to pronounce it. Setmurthy Common. I think it's 254 metres, and whatever that is in feet. So yeah, should be all right. Right, up we go. Charlie, this way. So we've branched off the forest track and now we head on up quite steeply up this path through the trees. And I think when we pop out of the trees, I think there's a stile to go over and we're pretty much at the top of the high point for today. So yeah, steeply up. So here we are on the high point of our day, which is the Watch Hill that's Setmurthy Common. And we've got decent views over there. I think that'll be looking over in the general direction of, well, there's Cockermouth down there. So over towards like Burnbank Fell and that kind of area, I think. Right, so the hill I missed out last time we were here is just over there. So we'll head off over there. Now, my GPS is actually all over the place today. Now, I heard on news a couple of days ago, was it something that was a period of high solar activity, solar flares, and could be interfering with technology. So I don't know if that's what, but it's pointing in completely the wrong direction at the moment. No, it's sorted itself out of it, but it's still all over the place. So that's another reason to always have your map and compass with you. You don't get affected by solar flares. Right, onwards to the other Watch Hill. It's quite sheltered walking along by this wall. So I think once we've bagged this other Watch Hill top, we might get back to the wall for our lunch. And we've not stopped for coffee and a chew today because we didn't set off till 11. But if you'd like to support the channel, there's that QR code there and there'll be a link in the description. They'll both take you to our Buy Me a Coffee page. You can buy us coffee and a chew for a future episode if you'd like to help us out. We're bringing you these videos from around the country. We don't just do the lakes. We've been to Scotland recently and into Yorkshire and Lancashire. Right, so we'll get over to this other watch hill, the one that I haven't done, and I think we'll come back to this wall for our lunch. So that's us on the other watch hill. It's not marked here, there's no cairn or anything here, so that's me now halfway through the Outlying Fells. Whether I'll actually get to complete them or not, I don't know. There's a couple that are bugging me that I missed off and I should have done when I was in that area. One's Greenquarter Fell, I missed that out. Then there's an unnamed top on Burnbank horseshoe thing that I missed. Blooming that is shooting. Charlie. Right, well I was hoping to be able to give you a spin round here, but I can't put tripod up, wind's got up. And I was hoping to go down by that wall and have lunch, but with that shooting going on over there, Charlie won't want it, so we'll get back into the trees and start heading back before we have our lunch, I think. But I mean, that's looking up to Skiddaw in the cloud, and you can just see, I don't know if you can make out on here, there's Carl's Side, Longside and Outlying Pike. It's all right, Charlie, we'll set off soon. And then over this way is Grisedale Pike, Hobcarton Crags, Hopegill Head. I don't know if you can make out Ladyside Pike going on up to Hopegill Head. Whiteless Pike in the Clag, and then you can see right over to Red Pike and High Crag, High Stile, and I think beyond that it'll be Pillar, and then you might not be able to make out, but in the middle, sort of in the valley, is Melbreck. Charlie wants to be off. Right, Charlie, yes, won't be long, just show them these, and then over to Burnbank Fell and Gavel Fell and that way. Right, Charlie wants to be off, so we're going to head off back into the trees and head back towards the car. So we've cut the corner off between these two tracks, and this is the track. First time I did the Setmurthy Common and missed out Watch Hill. We came up this way from a parking area just down there. So yeah, we've been up here before, and this takes us out to where we branched off up that steepish path through the trees. So we follow this pretty much, well, all the way back to the car now. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to stop for lunch or have a picnic in the car. That shooting seems to have stopped and we're heading away from it. So if we can find anywhere reasonably lunchy, we'll stop down here. Right, on we go. You see down there, look, there's a lot of storm damage and there's a lot of creaking of trees rubbing on each other in the wind as well. On we go along this track. Charlie. So we've wandered off the track to find somewhere for our lunch. Got a little stump to perch on here. Charlie's finished his and he's already into his digging. So yeah, I'm right enjoying this. We're just ambling around now. There's no issues to contend with. There's a few people dotted around here and there, but it's basically quite quiet. Yeah, so decent paths to follow and forest tracks. Yeah, good little amble. Right, I'm going to tuck into my lunch and we'll see after that. So lunch was very nice, very peaceful, apart from Charlie. very relaxed. Nobody else around, and we're almost back at where we branched off to head off on that steep path through the trees now, so not much further to go, and there's nobody around now either. Yeah, lovely. Just ambling along. So that's where we went earlier on our way up through the trees there. So yeah, just retracing our steps back along this track now. In no rush though, ambling along. Place to ourselves now, lovely. So as we come out of the trees, that's looking over to Binsey, and then Skiddaw there with the cloud cap on it. So we're only about a mile from car now, and it's just retracing our steps, so I'm going to sign off. We've right enjoyed it. It's been brilliant, apart from that bit of shooting when we were on top of Watch Hill. Charlie wasn't impressed with that, but no, it's been a nice little amble. I can recommend it actually. No issues at all the way around. There's only that one little steep bit up through trees, but that's nout. No, it's a good little route. It's only about 3.5, 4 miles, something like that. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it as much as us, and hopefully we'll see you on another one soon. Ta-ra!